Today we're diving into a topic that has caused intense debate and reflection. Why are some black men hesitant to vote Kamala Harris for President of the United States?
Sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman?
It might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again,
I wouldn't call it misogyny. I would just call it looking at the reality of the world. Men are naturally better leaders. So if that's a part of the equation when you're coming to your decision making, well then, that's reasonable. Keep it 100. Would I prefer it to be a man? 1,000 million bazillion %. But hey man, it's not as simple as, just because she's a woman.
Hello everyone, welcome to Global Perspective with me, Emmanuel Eren. Today we're diving into a topic that has caused intense debate and reflection. Why are some black men hesitant to vote Kamala Harris for President of the United States? Here is former President Barack Obama speaking to black men about his concern, and you had reactions from coast to coast, as you can expect, especially on social media.
My understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers.
Why do you think that, brother?
With the brothers.
He kind of tugged his own.
With the brothers. We ain't your brother, brother.
Did his own tuggy right there.
I ain't your brother, brother.
I kind of respected Obama in a sense because I voted for him twice. But then for him to come out and say that, it was very disturbing.
I've heard some say that these black men are not the most informed and educated, but they represent a critical voting bloc. These guys, for example, run a YouTube channel, and their videos have gathered thousands of views, and they hold strong opinions.
I'm gonna say this: the only equality that America needs to have is equal opportunity. I don't give a fuck about equity. I don't give a fuck about all that shit. All we need is equal opportunity. As long as everyone, regardless of your skin color, race, religion, background, where you from, has equal opportunity to find success, you will be fine. If you don't take that opportunity, that's on you.
Now, at this stage of the election, every ballot, every demographic advantage counts. Kamala Harris remains a pivotal figure, yet there is a significant segment of black male voters who remain skeptical. The question is, why? Firstly, Harris's tenure as a prosecutor continues to be a focal point. Critics argue that her policies contributed to mass incarceration disproportionately affecting black communities. Instances where office delayed exoneration processes for wrongfully convicted individuals have also raised questions about a commitment to justice reform. Her approach, seen by some as tough on crime, has left lingering doubts among black men about whether she truly advocates for their interests. Now let's talk about the economic concerns. Harris's economic platform, while broad, hasn't always resonated with the specific challenges facing black men. Issues like wealth disparities, job creation, economic empowerment remain pivotal concerns for this demographic.
I actually agree with what Obama said, but I don't believe or agree on the premise in which he said it. So the fact that he's saying that you should vote for Kamala because she's most familiar with the culture or the upbringing or the struggles that black people have had to face. So you should vote for someone who understands those pressing issues. Obviously, Obama is biased, thinking that she's going to be able to vote or she's going to be able to push policies automatically that's going to support black people. I think that where Obama failed to understand is that most black men are not voting for Kamala because of her race. They're voting based on policies, and they believe that the policies of Trump resonate more with black people.
While some policies are central to our campaign, some black men feel these efforts lack the tailored focus needed to address their community's unique struggles. Now, to be fair, the Vice President has been speaking about our plans for the black community. Like we see in this interview with the Shade Room.
So when you hear...
That's why I'm out here doing the work that I'm doing about talking with folks, listening with folks, because I'm running for president of the United States. And it is incumbent on me to earn this support. And that is why I'm talking with folks about the work that I have done in my career, whether it be in particular as vice president, what I've done to put more billions of dollars actually into community banks to increase access to capital for small business owners. Even before I was running for president, I convened a bunch of black small business owners, all who were men, and I purposely convened them. I brought them into my ceremonial office at the White House to have a meeting about what their needs are and to make sure that they have the information about what's available to them in terms of financing, capital, and access to capital, support for what they want to do in terms of building or growing their business.
Which leads to the third reason, political authenticity. There is a perception among some black men that Harris's political trajectory hasn't always aligned with their grassroots concerns. Whether it's a prosecutorial past or evolving stance on key issues, there is skepticism about authenticity and alignment with everyday realities faced by black men. There is a concern that our recent meetings with black men do not reflect deep-rooted values but are done for political expediency. Her journey, while historic, raises questions about whether she's fully in sync with the complexities and priorities of the black male electorate. Lastly, cultural and social issues play a role here. Harris's positioning on issues like gender equality and racial justice, while progressive, can sometimes polarize opinions within the black community. Some men feel their perspectives on family dynamics, masculinity, and community values are not adequately represented. Perhaps that is one of the most important reasons. These cultural nuances shape how black men perceive a candidacy and influence their decision making.
But do you think, sorry to interrupt you, Nina, but do you think he's right that one of the reasons is because they don't like the idea of a woman?
It might be some listen, black men are socialized in the same society as any other man.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, is misogyny maybe a part of it? But again,
I wouldn't call it misogyny. I would just call it looking at the reality of the world. Men are naturally better leaders. So if that's a part of the equation when you're coming to your decision making, well then, that's reasonable. Keep it 100. Would I prefer it to be a man? 1,000 million bazillion %. But hey, man, it's not as simple as, just because she's a woman.
So as we approach the final days to the historic presidential election in the US, the complexities surrounding Kamala Harris's candidacy among black men highlight broader conversations about representation, policy impact, and political authenticity, not just for her, but also for the Democratic Party. Black men are saying you cannot continue to take our votes for granted anymore. So what's the path forward? For Kamala Harris, addressing the concerns of black male voters means coming to terms with her past record as a prosecutor and showing a clear commitment to policies that uplift their communities. This includes, but not limited to, meaningful criminal justice reform, economic opportunities, and a focus on policies that do not just appeal to the broader electorate, but directly address the issues black men face in America. Let's know what you think about black men hesitant to vote for Kamala Harris in the comments below. Also, kindly subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.